Well, that was pretty cool. The frog going across the water as I threw a frog. That was pretty neat. So, originally going to throw a buzz bait first, but the lily pads in the rain looked appetizing, so figured I'd try the new frog I picked up from Cabela's recently. I'm hoping this video sees the light of day. This will be my first time throwing a baitcaster anywhere. So it's gonna be rough. We're learning. I finally got to a point where I'm not bird's nesting, and I picked up a really nice baitcaster for myself. Picked up a cool looking rod for it as well. Did some research, found the one I wanted to go for, and it broke. First use. And I said to myself, all right, shit happens. Went to Dick's today. I said, hey, literally broke. After setting the hook on one fish, I'm like, do I have to go through a warranty, or can you guys like return it since clearly it was defective? And I have to go through the warranty process, and they won't return it in store. I'm like, it's been a day. So that's a little annoying, not gonna lie. Yeah, so nobody out there expect good casting today, because this is very much a learning experience. I picked up the Daiwa Tatula, the TWS SV edition. So it was between this and the Shimano SLX DC, and basically, I'm not gonna say like just beginner friendly bait casters, but like very much popular among beginners because they don't prevent backlash entirely, but like sorry, there is something either walking across the lily pads out there or jumbling them underneath. I'm watching like the lily pads move. That is interesting. I've never seen that before. There's a lot of herons that sit in here, so honestly it could be like a little green heron just making waves, hunting for some fish, but it's very interesting. In, and I can already see how much this is going to be awesome learning these rods. Yeah, originally I was going to use this primarily for just topwater, especially frogging, which is why I picked up a heavy rod. Obviously this reel, I bought the gear more for frogging than I did for finesse, but this is a super good like finesse baitcaster. So obviously not perfect. I'm gonna still try to see if there's anything under this tree here. But yeah, so that's basically where we're at today. I'm using the SPRO, I believe it is, or SPR, something like that. For frogs, everyone has recommended. It's pretty much their favorite frog. One of the big reasons I've switched to baitcasters and building a dedicated frogging rod, I missed my very first snakehead here, where we're fishing next, actually, right to the right of here, right outside these lily pads, and missed the hook set it too early, but I felt a little underpowered with my spinning gear, and I figured, you know what, it's time to learn bait casting. So between the bowfin and the snakehead, I'm heartbroken to say that I've missed two of my bucket list fish in the matter of a month's time, or a month and a half's time, but hey, it inspired me to actually get a lot better gear, heavier gear, and start learning some better techniques like a baitcaster, and you know, better for frogging and everything like that. So hey, you know what, that is the big thing with a lot of these hobbies, with anything in life. Take your negative experiences a little bit and, you know, learn from them, turn them into something different. So yeah, not to get all philosophical, but hey, you know, that's a good way to kind of look at things. All right, well, here is where I missed my snakehead. Oh, the casting on this thing is insane. Let's see if we can't get anything on the frog. I'm running straight braid, no leader for this. You know, if a snakehead really wants to latch into it, obviously, you know, they can bite through braid, but got some pretty strong power strength here. Not only for the rod, but for the pound braid I'm using. So we'll see if we can't get anything. It is 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, I worked till 4 again today, and then went to Dick's after, just to try and see if I can get that rod situated. So unfortunately, it will not be the longest time I have here, but you know, we can still make something happen in this time. Probably got a couple hours overall. Might come back again tomorrow, but weather in Pennsylvania, well, weather in almost any place in the United States right now is just shit. Between the downpours and the flooding, to the droughts and shallow water, to the hurricane, yeah, tornadoes everywhere. It's been an experience in this country right now. Here in Pennsylvania, we've gone from an extreme like drought, where half of these bodies of water, I mean, they're still low. Don't get me wrong. Everything around here is still very low in terms of the actual water columns, creeks, rivers, everything. It is extremely shallow. And now we're coming out of a heat wave into another one. So today is the coldest day in the past few weeks, and for the foreseeable future, aside from tomorrow. It's 88. And it's so it hasn't been great fishing weather, not at all. So I'm trying to, you know, even if I can just bit and piece some stuff together, like if I come back here tomorrow, you know, I can make it a couple days worth of one video, stuff like that. But it would be really nice to at least get something. Now, I don't know if the frog's gonna do it. Again, I wanted to throw a buzz bait. I just kind of wanted to start with the frog. It's also a learning experience now. Learning how far I can bomb a bait with this. There's dragonflies right there. That's pretty cool looking. In one of my last videos, I like shake my head rapidly. A dragonfly cracked me in the skull. Yeah, quite literally right before where this frog is, I had a snakehead following it back and forth. Now, with the rain, it's a bit darker here at the moment. I can't see in as well. I also didn't bring sunglasses, but that's my fault. Getting to see it eat live was pretty cool. I have the GoPro footage. I might include it in this video, maybe like a future Ontelaunee video, whatever, just to kind of put that in there. But yeah, it sucked, but hey, it happens. You know, not every day is going to be your best fishing. It happens. Now, in addition to this, just because I'm not entirely 100% confident, obviously, on Baitcaster yet, I did bring the St. Croix medium heavy setup, which is actually what I missed the snakehead on. And brought the lime green lures as well. Try and get some light baits thrown out here too. Can see some panfish to my right. Probably gonna call it for the frog here soon. Spoiler alert, I'm not quite ready for one-armed pitching. Might be ditching this rain jacket. I am drenched in this thing. There we go. Green sunfish, not a bad one either. All right. Well, there we have it. Oh, he's been in a fight. Looks like got a bit of a bruise on his side there. Well, hey, we finally got a fish. Very little guy. You know what? I'll get a quick picture of him and toss him on back. Thank you, little buddy. Wow, he's got a lot of scars on him. Well, hey, we finally got something. You know, not what we came here for today, but hey, at least it's something. He is a pretty decent sized sunny for being this up shallow. All right, we're at the original spot from yesterday. I saw a couple fish swimming around earlier. We go right into the weed pile. I just wanted to toss this little minnow in here. See if there's anything hiding in the weeds. Try and start us off with something today. I think a little sunny picked it up. Yeah, primarily just wanted to throw a frog in here. You know, saw a couple panfish. See if we can't get something. think it's a real little guy. Looking at it. Throwing a, similar to what we actually threw yesterday. Part 1 of the video. Going a minnow approach rather than a grub. The grub catches me more. The minnow tends to get me different species. You know, in here, white perch, yellow perch have both been caught on it, so. Interesting, no idea what that was. It's too weeded for this, obviously, but you never know. I'm not sure if that was a frog or not. But yeah, we're primarily here, throw a frog for a snakehead. It is now a requirement every day since I've lost that one that I come near here. I've got to throw for a damn snakehead. Yeah, it's just too weeded in here for this. Obviously they make small weedless jig heads, but it's already tough enough getting some of these smaller fish to commit. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. I don't know why this isn't fucking casting. It's just not going straight. You fucking cock sucking bitch. Lovely. Just fucking lovely. Alright, I'm actually working too hard for a bluegill. Trying to get one in there. Yeah, so they're sitting behind this little rock. A couple of them. It's actually been a hot minute since I really caught a bluegill. There we go. First fish of the day. We got a little green sunfish. Sir, I'd rather you don't take my minnow. I don't have a ton of them left after yesterday in here. Well, there's our first little guy of the day. Little green sunfish. Thanks, little buddy, for playing. What the hell happened to this thing? Tail malfunction. I think that bluegill is attacking that little green sunfish I just put back. That's rude. Come on, all right, he picked it up. There we go. There we go, first bluegill in a hot minute on the channel. It's all right, buddy. Hey, 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 hey. This is a very aggressive little bluegill. I love it. Pound for pound, they are just so much fun. Try and get a little grip on them. Super aggressive. I was literally watching him attack the other fish down there. He's beautiful. Try and get a quick picture. All right, well, there he is. We'll toss him back. Thank you so much, little buddy. All that work for the bluegill. They're so much fun, though. Yeah, if you can watch the water long enough, you know, find an aggressive fish chasing things out of its area, you know they're going to be a lot of fun to catch. That bug flew in my mouth. Move down a little bit further, then we're gonna hit the grass patch down there. I'm just gonna walk, leave my gear under the tree here. The 1/10 is great to cast, which is exactly why I bought the heavier one. However, not as great to like feel on these rods in my opinion. Well, we're sight fishing the little guys today, I guess. Thank you, little buddy. Hey, at least it's not nothing, you know what I mean? If this was creek fishing, this size would be great. Thank you, little buddy. So long. Off he goes. I originally scared him with it, and then I just kind of drug it along the bottom toward him more. That's all it took. Sight fishing saves you on a hot day sometimes. That's why I moved up into this area here. A lot less rocks, and this is typically where they kind of come when it's this this time of the day. The time of the day, I don't know what the hell just happened to me there. Plus we do have some shade here, so obviously nice for the fish and I. Couple. Yeah, and you know, I expected it to kind of be like this today. That's why I had hoped to get some catches earlier. And you know, we got the one bluegill, the sunny, a couple of bass. Little Sunny tried carrying it away. Oh no! I set the hook too early on another little bass. Can't see which direction they went either. Damn. There, one is. Damn, he had me in a bush. All right, well, we're getting some looks. Come here. All right, well, at least we're getting a couple different species today. Another little green sunfish, definitely a little guy, but hey, he is a beautiful one actually. That might, I think that's yeah, that's definitely a green sunfish, but that's one of the prettier ones I've probably ever caught. Take a quick picture and we'll get him on his way. Thanks a lot, little buddy. Toss him back in there. There he goes. Off to go terrorize a grasshopper. Alright, well, it's taken some practice with the braid, considering this is dramatic overkill for sunfish of any species. But we've gotten relatively used to that hook set at least a little bit more. There's a nice sunny foul in it. Come on. Come on. No, yeah, your cousin definitely just ate one of these and he's fine. Alright, I'm gonna go back, grab my gear. We're gonna finish up just this row. Then that's gonna be the video. You know, small fish, hey, but they're still fish, right? Alright. A little bit closer to the end now. There's some lily pads down here. I don't remember them moving all the way down here last year. Well, I was gunning for a bass, ended up with the green sunfish. Bass are still going past, so probably still get one of them. Another beauty though. Another beauty. Take a quick picture, get him sent back. Thank you, buddy. Sorry, didn't want him to get stuck in the weeds. All right, well, there's a couple bass hanging out over there. Come on, I see you following me. And another green sunfish, very entangled. It's a baby fella, but he is beautiful. Look at the colors on him. Look at that. I'll take a quick picture of this beauty. We'll send them back. Thank you, little buddy, for playing. I'm trying to toss them so they don't get stuck in these weeds here. Yeah, ironically, so that first bass chased my bait, and then a sunfish came out, and then he chased the sunfish. So then the sunfish started chasing my bait while he chased what he thought was bait as well. So very interesting little conundrum for those fish right there. Would have preferred the bass, but hey, can't be picky when it's 100 degrees outside, you know. I'm glad we ended up catching some fish. Glad I stuck with it and didn't call it quits earlier. Come on, bluegill. Come on, I see you. So if you follow me on Fishbrain, and I've talked about this before, I track like every catch I make. Now I don't count like extremely small ones unless it's a different species. So like really tiny panfish, I don't typically count. That's just a way to kind of keep everything a little bit better organized and not abuse it with like super small catches and all that kind of stuff. And basically, oh, hello. Like this guy technically won't count for Fishbrain, but hey, he's one for the channel. He's got like that little purple side to him. He might be a little green gill actually, which is a hybrid between a green sunfish and a bluegill. Caught a couple of them in here, which are pretty cool. The ones I caught were almost black actually. They're beautiful fish. Alright, I think we caught all the panfish that want catching in this side of things. Oh, Jesus. Literally got me out from over a rock to prevent a snag. Yeah, like beautiful, yes. Little too small for counting. It's all right, little buddy. Come on. There he goes. Yeah. These little guys are a blast. I should have brought my ultralight. If I knew this would have went from bait casting practice and bass fishing to finesse ultralight fishing, I would have brought my ultralight gear. It's in the car, but there's no way I'm walking there and back. Not in this heat. We're getting the job done just fine with this medium light rod. Ooh, these are really nice bass coming. No, come on. Not what I should have on for him. Damn. was a big bass, and it's a shame. I wish I would have had a wacky rig ready for him. All right, so saw a little school of bass going in and out of this area. Some sunnies everywhere. Figured I'd toss a wacky rig in. That little flock of bass, I swear to God, just disappeared off the earth. Oh my God. Well, we got a tiny school of little bass here. One of them chased it and decided not to. That's surprising. I know the braid isn't perfect for this, but very skittish. I think they're fighting with the bluegills at the moment. Oh my God, how did I miss that? Crushed it on the way into the water. I thought I had him. Well, anyways, what I was saying from earlier, for Fishbrain, I like have a little thing where I like seeing like my most caught species and stuff like that, and some of the middle species are in flux right now. So every green sunfish and bluegill definitely putting some pressure on the rock bass, each other, the red-breasted sunfish, largemouth bass are very clearly in front, just because I'll count all of them. You know, it's a little different. Yeah, brown trout after the past few weeks has made, what in the fresh hell just happened to my rod? Yeah, that really sums today up, doesn't it? Anyways, and after the past few weeks, brown trout have really shot up the leaderboard. They are, I think, one behind pumpkin seed for like 5th or 6th, which is pretty solid. Had a really good past month of trout fishing. Now, by the time you guys see this, I'm filming this in July. You won't see this video until August at the earliest. I am oh, not a bad bass. There we go. There we go. Nice one. We've got a nice one. Took us long enough today. He took my damn worm. But we finally got a decent largemouth on the trip. Whew. I almost lost that to a couple sunfish, but we got him. Yeah, so hey, real nice fish. Very happy with that one here. We'll get him put back in the water. All right, thank you, buddy. Whew. We finally got a nice bass. I'll lose the worm for that. All right, well, I'm gonna re-gear, probably hop back down to this area, and literally we just have like this stretch yet, and then we're out of here. See a couple bass floating around here. Some of these bass are very skittish. Try and pop it over that tree. For any of the bird watchers out there, straight ahead, you have a double-breasted cormorant. They're very, very, very cool to see as a bird watcher. Notoriously hated by fishermen because of their massive appetite. So, very cool bird though. We had a few of them. I think he might have been the only one that stayed. Which honestly, listen, I'd rather 1 than 50. Let's just put it that way. This lake doesn't need any help getting obliterated by predators. All right, it's 2 little bass. We're not interested. I'm going to crush a monster after this in about 6 gulps because I'm exhausted. This heat really puts you through it. I think I'm stuck. Oh, got it out. Cool. All right, keep moving. All right, I've got a couple people that are fishing down by where I was going to end the video, so I'm probably just going to end it off here. Got some grass, some trees, whole 9 yards, so let them have that spot. I'm pretty exhausted anyways. We'll see if we can come away with another bass or 2, maybe a panfish or something. And then I'm going to go crush some caffeine. most. Alright, toss a wacky rig a couple times, and we're out of here, everybody. I think he's mad. Alright, well, that's probably just gonna about do it for this one. I'm ready to call it a day. Not bad. Pretty solid amount of bass. Sunnies, bluegill, still no sign of a perch yet this year. No crappie, no snakehead unfortunately, but hey. Bass and bluegill and sunfish, plenty of fun. So if this, if the end credits roll after this, it's obviously the end. If I sight fish see a fish, like the sight fish on the way out, I'll do that, but that's probably gonna be it.